Stranger Things is a show that I'm pretty sure we all grew up watching. We watched all the child actors go from kids to grown adults. Millie Bobby Brown started the show at the age of 11, and now she is 21, literally 10 years. I had to wait 2 to 3 years between seasons, which was a pain. But see, there is this hidden side to Stranger Things, a dark side that almost all of us do not know about. And we are going to go over it this video, so be ready to have your whole world flipped upside down. Stranger Things is a really gruesome show. I personally had to look away for multiple times during last season. But the thing is, you know with this show's creepiness, it just had to come to real life. Sadie Sink and Finn Wolfhard went on a podcast and mentioned that in season 3, they filmed in an abandoned mall in Gwinnett, Georgia, which we know of as the Starcourt Mall. See, Finn and Sadie mentioned that this mall that they filmed in for cheap because 3 years before, their humans' remains in one of the back rooms of a restaurant space. Sadie says, there was a dead body that was found 3 years before in a subway, the back of a subway. Finn then said, and so I think we got it for really cheap. Although they both suggested this was ancient history, these events took place not long before Stranger Things moved in 2018. The body, which belonged to 19-year-old Georgia State University student, was found in December 2017. She had been reported missing just months earlier and is believed to have been murdered by her boyfriend at the time. There are many true crimes podcasts about the whole story, which you can check out. Fans can sometimes be scary, especially if they are super obsessive, which the Stranger Things cast, unfortunately, did not miss out on. Less than a year into his Stranger Things, Finn Wolfhard went through something straight out of a horror movie. When he was just a 13-year-old kid filming It in Toronto. He was excited, filming a movie, but then this excitement turned into something that feels like a scene from the actual show. After finishing work, he was walking back to his apartment when he noticed a couple trailing behind him. At first, he tried to brush it off until they kept following every turn he made. He said, I was thinking the whole time, these people are following me. That's not right. And then, when he reached his own home, he found the couple behind him, and they walk right up to him like it's perfectly fine what they are doing and say, can we have a picture? As you can predict, Finn crashed out on them. Finn said his reaction was literally, no, you just followed me back to my home. You know where I live. Imagine being 13 and realizing 2 strangers now know your exact address. He said it was one of the scariest moments of his life, and that when Stranger Things first blew up, he genuinely felt unsafe because of all the sudden attention. This story is shocking because I don't understand why they just followed him home when they could have literally stopped him anywhere in the street, and they thought it was just okay to follow a 13-year-old home for some reason. Acting as a villain can sometimes take a toll on your mental health, and we saw this many times in recent years. But for Stranger Things actor Jamie Campbell, who played Vecna, it was different. See, he tried to method act. He was taking his role really seriously. He told Vulture that he committed to the process 100%, but that there were times when he was haunted by the character he created. The actor says, the character is so dark that I wasn't thinking particularly lovely things. There was a lot of rage going on in my mind. Things would come up as I was talking about my personal experiences, things I didn't realize I had inside me that connected to what I was saying. Vecna was taking over Jamie's mind, and he was starting to lose control over himself. He admits, it was as if something else was taking over my body and mind. Not like I had gone insane, but who I thought I was, no longer there. My experience had disappeared. I was constantly thinking dark things. I'm reluctant to say them out loud. So lesson of the day, if you are going to play a villain, don't do method acting. See, we can't talk about the dark side of Stranger Things without talking about Millie Bobby Brown. Millie went through a lot, not just hate, but full-on mistreatment from the public, paparazzi, adults online, and all of this while she was literally a child. Millie Bobby Brown has been in the public eye since she was 12, and when she turned 16 in 2020, she posted a video on Instagram celebrating her birthday. But the real purpose of that video was way darker. She showed all the happy moments, family, friends, fans, but in between those clips were scenes of paparazzi chasing her, reporters shouting inappropriate questions, and disgusting headlines like Millie Bobby Brown criticized for adult style, or even questions about her menstrual cycle. She had grown adults trying to as a literal child. She called it out, saying, "I feel like change needs to happen. There are moments I get frustrated from the inaccuracy, inappropriate comments, sexualization, and unnecessary insults that ultimately have resulted in pain and insecurity for me, but I will never be defeated." That's heartbreaking. Imagine being 16 and having to explain to the world why you deserve to be treated like a human being. But Millie's story doesn't end there, because as she grew up, the internet turned in a completely different direction. Instead of sexualizing her, they started calling her a diva, a Karen, rude, entitled, just anything they could use to tear her down. After she went on the Table Manners podcast in 2024 and casually mentioned that she likes to order her whole meal at once so it's easier for the waiter, the internet just exploded. People were calling her arrogant, rude, Hollywood changed her, all that stuff. But then she also admitted she leaves detailed reviews at hotels and restaurants because her whole life is people criticizing her, so she wants to give criticism back. And again, the internet lost its mind. But here's the thing, she grew up under a microscope. Every hairstyle, every outfit, every relationship, every interview, people were picking her apart. And eventually, in 2025, she snapped back, hard. She posted this long message on Instagram saying,
I grew up in front of the world, and for some reason, people can't seem to grow up with me. Instead, they act like I'm supposed to stay frozen in time, like I should still look the way I did on Stranger Things Season 1. And because I don't, I'm now a target.
She even called out celebrities like Matt Lucas for publicly criticizing her appearance. She said, "I will not be shamed for how I look, how I dress, or how I present myself." And she didn't stop there. She went after the press too. In an interview with British Vogue, she said, "Don't, in your headline, slam me at the get-go. It's bullying, especially to young girls entering this industry. I feel bad for her and wish she had a better experience with her fans and the public. It's sad what she had to go through." But the actor that I genuinely do not feel bad for, I don't even understand how he still has a career, is Noah Schnapp. See, Noah went through so many controversies, but the biggest controversy came in 2023. Noah posted things online saying, "Zionism is sexy," and he wrote things like, "You either stand with Israel or you stand with terror." People were furious. The backlash was instant, and only after getting dragged online, Noah posted a TikTok saying he was misunderstood and that he wants peace for everyone and that he talked to friends from Palestinian backgrounds. And also, after this, he just kept moving like nothing happened. Insane. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and comment, and don't forget to subscribe.